All right. Hey.
Hey, when you have running quarterbacks, when you face them, how often can you use a spy, and what's the pros and cons to doing so?
Well, first of all,
Shadow.
most quarterbacks that we're seeing in today's NFL run. So it's really more of how you adjust the plan when you play one that doesn't, which is rare.
So how often could you, realistically, could you get away with, do you want to do it a couple times a game? Could you do it in every series? Or how do you pick and choose when you want to use one?
Yeah, it's not something I like to talk about. I mean, obviously, you don't want the guys running. You got to try and slow down guys that can and use the different tools that are available.
What's the challenge with facing a team for you, facing a team the same back-to-back, and obviously you're going to be able to adjust right away, but they may know how you may want to adjust based on what they saw. So what's the challenge for you?
Yeah, we both have the same circumstances other than they played a game while we were off, but beyond that, it's a common opponent. We know each other well. Not going to be a bunch of secrets out there.
Jack, with you guys playing a lot of 5 and 6 defensive backs, obviously your DBs have to help out, play as sort of quasi linebackers. How much does Cam Curl's versatility help you, just allow you to do so many different things?
Yeah, I mean, he's really one of the guys that's key to having that happen. Really, all our safeties have been really good about being versatile, being able to be interchangeable, and it helps us put them in position, and their intelligence and their awareness allows us to be successful using them like that.
Because guys like Derek Forrest have kind of come out of nowhere to an extent, maybe it's a lot of focus on them, but Curl's been such a steady presence out there. Does he almost, to some degree, maybe not for you, but from the outside, almost get overlooked because he's not the new guy anymore?
I don't think anybody's overlooking him. He's a good football player. We're certainly happy with the way that Defoe has come on and developed. And, that's what we're about as coaches, trying to develop our guys. And proud of, a number of young guys that are developing, need to continue to improve as we go. But, Cam's a special player for us. We're glad that he's, doing the things that he can.
We ask you about Chase Young every week. There's been so many weeks now. How have you guided him towards what I would imagine is kind of an agonizing weight and managing that expectation level of playing and not playing?
Yeah, biggest thing is just come to work every day, express yourself, make sure that you're on top of assignments and keep working towards being, given the green light. So when we get the green light, we'll go. And until then, we'll just keep working hard. I think that's the hard part, dealing with the anxiousness and really want to be back mentally, but it has to be there. And so when it is, we'll unleash them.
And when you get that green light, how do you decide when, how much to use him? He's got the opportunity, obviously, to make very big plays for you, but I would imagine you want to be judicious about that.
Correct. Yeah, I think we'll want to be wise about that. And we'll address that, when it's time. But right now, we're just working, and again, when we get that green light, we'll unleash him.
Yesterday with Young, he seemed pretty kind of relaxed and confident with us, just talking to us, reporters. Yeah. Have you seen a difference in him recently in terms of just kind of the way he's approaches?
How about Chase?
Yeah.
He's been pretty steady with me. We have a good relationship. We communicate often, and I just want him to approach it like we're talking about, and not really concern himself with the clutter, the outside noise, any of that. Don't feel any of that. Just work hard every day, get the conditioning right, make sure you're on top of things, and when it's time, we'll go.
And what would the return of Benjamin St. Juste mean for the secondary for this game specifically?
What was he? What now?
What would the return of St. Juste mean for this game specifically?
We'll see. We're just taking it day by day. Coach will make the decision of when he gets the green light. So, right now, we're just preparing for the Giants and hope to have all our guys back. But we'll see.
Any area you looked at specifically over the bye when you were doing some self-scouting?
We always look at everything, and we tend to not wait until the bye, especially when it's this late. So, yeah, we've been diligent in our preparation. A little look ahead. We got a short week next week, things like that. But mainly, focused on us doing the things that we need to do. This time of year, it really comes down to the teams that play fundamentally sound. Shed blocks, tackle, leverage, communicate. Those are the things that we want to focus on. Really, most of our energy is going there.
And how do you view those fundamentals? Do you guys feel like you're at the right spot you need to be with those things?
Well, you're always working towards it. Like, it's never a spot where you go, okay, we got that. Let's not worry about that. It's a push, and relax in March. But for me, it's come in every day, go to work, and remember how important it is to be good on the fundamental. Late in the year, the teams that are fundamentally sound, that are leveraging, tackling, communicating well, those are the teams that are going to play well.
Has Chase been able to practice 100%?
I don't want to get into discussion on what percentage. He's been practicing, and I'll let Coach address the rest of that.
Okay. And what makes Cam and Bobby and some of your other safeties such good run fitters? Is that something they learned before, or is that something that they've learned while here? What makes them so good at it?
I can't answer that other than understanding where you belong, getting there with some attitude. If there's a blocker, address him properly, block the struck, and get off and tackle. And that's what we count on those guys to do.
Going back a couple years, but what do you remember about
You taking me back a couple years?
Yeah, St. Juice and Derek Forrest. Like, what did you like about them coming into the draft? If you had a chance to really,
You're going to go
them.
draft review?
Yeah, I'm trying to shake it up in week 15.
All right. Well, I'll give you a short snippet on both guys.
Okay.
All right. Benjamin, a long player with exceptional short area quickness. So that combination usually plays well. And he's positioned himself to be a real good player for us. So I look forward to getting him back. Derek Forrest is a combination of incredible character, speed, and toughness. And one of the guys that when I spoke to Luke Fickle, who was his coach at Cincinnati, talked about he was a program changer. He was the right kind of guy. And so, the speed and the physicality that he brings, and being that kind of character, we thought at worst we're going to get a really good special teams player. And we hope to develop them into more. And that's when you take guys late in the draft, you're not projecting them to be starters. You're hoping you can develop them, have a role for them, and then if they earn their way and develop, great. And so that's what that's become.
So at what point did you notice with those two that they had taken that next step? And
Everybody's
really
different.
more?
It's just a continuous, what I talk about is you're always working to develop and improve. And it's almost like I had a coach once describe it. It's like you're on a grease board, and you got to keep trying to climb. And if you don't keep trying to climb, you're going to slide down. So that's what it is. Those guys are working hard, and really pleased with the way they're developing.
Since you guys have started here, you and Ron, you guys have been really good in primetime games, big games, national TV games. Is there anything you put your finger on about either how the staff prepares or how these guys rise to those occasions that's been the case?
No, I don't have anything on it. Looking forward to playing. It should be an exciting atmosphere. It's certainly a big game, and they flexed it into a prime spot. So it's a great stage to play on and compete on.
Can that 8 p.m. kickoff feel like it takes forever to arrive? Like you have to busy yourself all day Sunday?
Yeah, we'll be there.
That's good.
I appreciate it.
Zach, on that green light for Chase, what's the final hurdle there? Is it the doctor or is it Chase himself? Who has to give that green light?
Coach could probably describe that better, but when he's ready, we'll give him that green light. All right, appreciate it.
Now you know. Italian.